It's your girl, there, Red Devil. Yes, that is my new channel name. I've done away with It's God basically. Soon you'll be seeing the changes soon enough. But honestly, I just really think that it's finally time for me to talk about this because in all honesty, I rarely see people talking about it anymore. And it's really been bugging me, you know? Let me ask y'all something. What is the one thing that you are taught from the first day of birth, but is the one thing every person tends to forget every day? I'm gonna give you a few seconds. Matter of fact, comment what you think. I'm gonna give you a minute. You got your answer down in the comments? All right. You wanna know the answer? We're all human. Surprised? You really shouldn't be. But yeah, it's true. It's the one thing that every person forgets. The one thing that every person tends to forget the most. That we are all human. And I'm even talking to the big shots too. D the Gacha Wolf, Kai the Cookie King, YouTube Bendora, YouTube Tazboon, YouTube Saba. Oh, Saba plays, but you know. Gadget Chicken Nugget, Space Studio, or Void Studio, whichever one they're going by now. So pretty much it is Academia Life, YouTube Land Totally, and so many more people, specifically Gacha-tubers, Gacha content creators, all of that. Basically anyone who is associated with Gacha. Let's be specific. I'm really talking to the Gacha community here, but I really think that other communities should be considered this as well. Basically, the Gacha community is so much more toxic than it used to be. Don't y'all remember the good old days whenever Gacha Studio came out, and then everybody was getting hyped when the first person actually started taking screenshots of it, making it a little movie. Everybody got into it. More and more people got into it. Then Gachaverse, then Gacha Life, and now Gacha Club. But I really think that where the problem started is whenever people started associating sexual content with the children's game. Because keep in mind that I think that Gachaverse was a kid's game. Because if it was, but it's considered a kid's game, but at the same it isn't. As well as with Gacha Life and Gacha Club. Now y'all may be going like, how is it not a kid's game? Look at every single accessory, look at every single piece of clothing, and tell me that it's a kid's game. I want you to look at everything and tell me that you do not spot something inside the game that could actually make it not a kid's game. Tell me that right now. Matter of fact, go into whichever one you got right now. Either Gacha Life or Gacha Club, and tell me, what things do you see in there that are not considered, that should not be considered in a kid's game? Now I'm not blaming Looney here, y'all. I'm not blaming you, Looney here. Okay? That's the number one thing I want to clear up. I'm not blaming Looney here. I'm not He put so much hard work into these games, so much hard work and time, even with dealing with the constant pressure of the people waiting. Matter of fact, praise him. Brother Looney, if you're watching this right now, man, thank you for all the work that you put into those games. I'm sorry that my apologies included, because there was a point where I actually made something like that and I regret it deeply. I do. I regret it deeply. I'm admitting my faults here. I actually made something like that, but I thought it was okay because I saw other people doing it, and that influenced me. Because at the time, I thought it was cool. But everybody doing it, so might as well. But we all forgot that fact. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit off topic. I stutter and stammer, and my mind wanders. I'm gonna try to stay on topic, but if I wander too much, I'll be sure to try and make a part 2. What was I talking about? All right. We are all human. The number one thing that we all tend to forget, more the audience that I'm talking to, more specifically the Gacha community, y'all. We are constantly forgetting the fact that we are all human, that there is a person behind that screen. Whether you create gacha, whether you create cringy content, or you create such original content that it cannot be comprehended, or you just making fun content to entertain everybody, bring a little bit more light and life into this community. And shout out to the people who are doing that, man, because in all honesty, y'all are creating a much brighter future for the guys community more than you really think. Y'all do not comprehend what your positivity and hard work is doing. Y'all don't. And I don't think we all praise y'all enough for that, honestly. Back on topic. I'm tripping. But yeah, we are constantly forgetting that. As a matter of fact, name one time where any of you have not hated on a Gacha Heat content creator. Name one time where you have not, or even thought about it, considered it, even had this teeniest thought of it. Name one time. Name one time where you have not. Did you ever consider the fact that there was actually a person behind that screen? Did you? And I mean a real human being. Someone who has a life. Someone who has a future. Somebody who has feelings, who has emotions, and who also has a working mind. No matter what disability, no matter what environment, no matter what they're going through, they are a fellow human being. And that doesn't just go for Gacha content creators or cringy content creators. This also goes for everybody else. Everybody else. No, not just y'all Gacha people. I mean everybody else. I'm gonna bring up an example, even though this actually happened quite recently, but yeah. Basically, the Gacha Wolf announced that he was going to be quitting YouTube, and he announced why. And I truly respected the fact that he was human as well, that he has a life, not just like a social life, but like a real life. He's financing a car. He got him a job. He's doing all of these things because he knows he has a future, and he knows he has a future in that, and that he wants to work for a good one. And so many other people too, not just him. And yet it's sad to see people go because of the good influence that they be having on this community. It's beautiful, really. And I love that about a good bunch of y'all. I can truly respect that. I love that. I praise that. But what the messed up part is that I guess like the number one thing is that we are constantly using hate, fear, and negativity against each other. We are turning ourselves against each other. And for what? For what, really? What? Because because one person has 10K and the other has 1K. Because one our style is a little bit better than someone else's. Because someone's content may be just a little bit more on the more realistic side. Not like too realistic, if you know what I'm saying, but like a little bit towards it. Like what is the aim here? What is the game? What is the game that we are trying to play and win? Because see, it's not a competition. I think that's another thing. We are constantly trying to compete. Being a community does not mean that you compete. The point of a community is to build each other up. And honestly, that's the point. You build each other up. You build yourself up, you build others up, and you build those who cannot build themselves. For example, if you see somebody getting like picked on, not full on bullying, and like full on bullying, like they messing with them, they probably jacking their stuff, they poking on them. Which you gonna feel some type of way about that, right? Whether you jump in or not. But the fact that you at least feel like you want to do something is enough. Well, not completely enough in their situation, but you know. But all I'm saying is that we got to do better as people, not just as content creators, not just as editors, filmmakers, voice actors even. We got to do better as people. And I think the first step is to educate each other. I mean educate, not use hatred, not use fear, not use none of that negativity. Now you need to educate them. If the situation escalates, you try and de-escalate it as far as possible, by all means, or you get someone else involved, or you leave the matter alone. That's it. But using hatred, fear, negativity, sadness, any of that, and excuses are not gonna work. I think the number one thing that we need to do is start loving each other and start educating each other. Or else, this is going to be the end of this community. Because it's already crashing down, dying, tearing apart. And yeah, maybe the big shots are putting in some effort, but we need some more people. It can't just be the big shots all the time. And it can't just be the little people all the time. We need all of us to come together if we want this to work. Y'all want to save this community? You need to put in the effort to save this community. You cannot just rely on a small group of people. You cannot just rely on the celebrities. But you cannot rely on just the people who are saying something. It's those who actually put in the work. It's those who actually get involved. Well, that's all the time I have for right now. Share this video, spread the word, whatever you need to do. But I honestly want to preserve this community as much as possible, because I really think it started out great. It started out beautiful. I loved it. I really do not want to see the end of this community. So share. Peace out.